Products featured in today's video were provided by NECA Toys for the purposes of this review. Hey guys, I am Pixel Dan, and here I am with the Bebop and Rocksteady wave. That's essentially what this is known for, because this particular wave of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon action figures from NECA Toys is hitting Target stores exclusively right now. And the set that everybody, of course, is really excited about is that Bebop and Rocksteady that I already took a look at. But there's some other really great things going on in this wave, and we're going to look at the rest of them in this one video. The Foot Soldiers 2-pack is perfect for army building, but also the 4 turtles themselves have been reissued. Now this is great for anybody who has not already picked up the cartoon turtles, but they are not just simple reissues. No, we've got some new stuff going on here, specifically with the overall paint deco. So we're going to take a look at these figures, we're going to compare them to what came before them, and that way we can find out if it's worth it for you to pick them up. So each of these sets comes in the same 2-pack window boxes we've seen for the other Target released TMNT action figures from NECA Toys. And they're packaged as follows. You get Mikey and Raph in a 2-pack, you get Leo and Donnie in a 2-pack, and you get 2 Foot Soldiers, which is just so fantastic for army building. So why don't we go ahead and focus first on the Ninja Turtles. Now, mostly what I want to do here is focus on what makes these different from the previous sets. Since I've already reviewed NECA's Ninja Turtles and the Foot Soldiers, we'll get into some of the cool things that they come with and articulation and everything, but the big focus is what makes these stand out. Because if you've already been collecting the NECA Turtles, this might be one of those things where you're trying to figure out if it's worth it to pick these up, what makes these really stand out. So the biggest thing to note with these guys is that they are the same figures that were already released at Target previously and San Diego Comic-Con before that, but they have an all-new paint deco. These turtles here are much brighter in color, and that's because these are based off of the licensing artwork, whereas the previous releases were much darker in tone because those were based off of what we actually saw in the animation. So when you watch the cartoon, they had those darker colors, but when you bought t-shirts and backpacks or anything that had Ninja Turtles on it from a licensing standpoint, it was always this much brighter green. So that's what these new sets are based off of. And when you're looking at each of the turtles standing side by side with those previous releases, you can see that the figures themselves are the same, the accessories are the same, but all of those details are painted differently. So this is going to be one of those things on if you prefer that licensing, brighter colored artwork, or if you prefer the animation, or if you're just crazy like me and you just want all of the versions of turtles in action figure form. But it really shows you the differences going on here. And there's a couple different things, like specifically I want to talk about, like Michelangelo here. He's got his nunchucks just like before, and the chains are still real metal chains, but instead of being like a metallic metal like before, they are painted this gray. At least I'm pretty sure these are metal. They definitely feel like they're weighted like metal and not like plastic chains, but they definitely have a different look when compared to the previous version. Donatello's bow staff is a much lighter brown, and the wrap in the middle of it's not really painted this time. It's got a black wash on there, but it's not painted a separate color like before. So those are some of the differences you're going to see with these guys, but otherwise, the paint decos look really fantastic here. They are bright, they are vibrant, they've got all that great kind of black line work on there that really gives them that animated feel. So really cool figures all in all. And if you are not familiar with these guys, like if this is your first time seeing them in general, the tape measure in here shows that they are just over 5 inches tall. Now the line itself is a 7-inch scale line, but the turtles are much shorter than characters like Shredder or definitely Bebop and Rocksteady. And that makes sense. That's the way they are supposed to be. And if you want to see what the articulation looks like on these guys, you got the heads on the ball joints here, so they can kind of roll all the way around, but also it's jointed at the bottom of the neck, so you get a pretty good range of motion there. The shoulders are jointed so that the arms can go outwards. They're very tight joints, but that's about as high as you're going to get them, but they do also move forwards and backwards. You got the swivels at the elbow as well as the bends at the elbow. You got swivels at the wrist, and you do have hinges there at the wrists, as you can see, just like that. There is a joint in the torso there, so you can kind of roll the upper body around. It's hidden very well by the turtle shell and the belt, which is very cool. You got these nice ball-like hinge joints at the thighs, so legs can go outwards. They can move forwards and backwards. This front of the shell is a softer, pliable piece of plastic, so you can see it allows for a pretty good range of motion with the legs. You got double joints at the knees, nicely hidden by the knee pads there, and then the ankles can swivel side to side, as well as hinge up and down. So it's a pretty good range of articulation, and these guys feel just as solid as they did the first time around that I got them. So you should be able to move them around, flex them around, pose them, and it works out pretty well. Plus, they come with a bunch of accessories, which allows for multiple ways of displaying them. So between the two sets, you're going to get a whole mixture of interchangeable hands. And since they all have the same skin tone, you'll be able to swap these between the turtles however you want to. So you've got two open palm hands there, which is great for holding on to pizza boxes. You've got two pointing hands, for Leonardo to lead if you want to. You got two thumbs up hands, and then you got two extra sets of gripping hands, which are a bit of a tighter grip than what we've got on the weapons. If you want to swap hands, all you got to do is kind of give a nice firm twist and pull on the wrist there, and then you can easily swap in. It pops into socket real nice. Look at that. We instantly change up the look of the figures. And of course, we got all these same accessories that we've seen before. So, we've got Mikey's grappling hook, which is a really cool weapon. You can see you can kind of pull the grapple out slightly there. It doesn't come all the way out. That's about as far as it goes. But it's also got a real rope there. So that's a fun little accessory. We have two closed turtle comms. Turtle communicator, shell phone, whatever you want to call them. We also have the two opened versions. These are very, very cool. And of course, with the gripping hands, the turtles can hold on to these just fine. We have one mutagen ooze canister there. It's just a solid gray in color. We also have two pizza boxes. They both are the same mold on the inside with a slice of pizza missing. But what I really like are the outside of the boxes. We've got Vinny's and we've got Ninja Pizza, home of the nice slice. I think that is awesome. And that's a really cool accessory as well. Like I said, you can match that up with some of the different hands there and get your figures to pose holding them. And of course, one of my all-time favorite accessories, which was another one that we got before, is the slice of pizza with the hole in it that fits perfectly on Raphael's Sai, so you can recreate that opening scene from the opening of the animation there, the opening of the cartoon series. And of course, the last thing we've got for the turtles, we've got the spinning chucks there for Mikey. All you got to do is pop apart the chucks there. One of the handles pops apart, boom, just like that. And then you can just plug the handle into the bottom of the spinning piece there. And that way you can put that in Mikey's hand and it makes it look like he's spinning his nunchucks. I think that is a pretty sweet accessory. Now there's a few other cool bonus accessories that come with the two Ninja Turtle packs, and that's all this paperwork. Yeah, there's all these weird pieces of paper that are absolutely amazing. So first of all, we've got these standees for Bebop and Rocksteady, and I love it because the Rocksteady one's defaced with the mustache there. So they got these little fold-out pieces here on the backs. The Rocksteady one stands up okay. The Bebop one definitely leans a little much. He's got a bit of a hard time standing up. But yeah, it's fun. We got like these fun, I guess they're supposed to be like cardboard cutouts, of Bebop and Rocksteady. But we've also got all these amazing little tiny pieces of paper here as well. So let me come in so I can show you these up close here. Look at this. We got little comic books for the turtles. We got big bug-eyed alien invaders. There's really nothing on the inside there. Look, there's even like an ad on the back. That is so cool. We got like the free pizza flyer there with like the little pizza slice cutouts. That's pretty cool. We got another Bugman comic there with Willy Wombat's Pizza Pan Theater on the back. There's another Bugman comic right there. We got Rondo part, what is that, part 7, part 8? Well, that's pretty awesome. So little comic books are really cool. We've got a ransom note from the Foot. We have the news girls come to the taffy factory at midnight. Bring the buff links. So that's pretty awesome. And then my favorite one, my favorite out of all of them, it's the blueprints for the turtle blimp. These are awesome. These are really, really cool additional accessories that are so fun to pose around with the figures. So why don't we go ahead and also do a bit of extra comparison time. I showed you guys what these looked like with the previous releases from NECA. Why don't we also show them side by side with the SH Figuarts Ninja Turtles, which were also based on the brightly colored licensing artwork. That way you guys get a feel for what makes these different from even those releases. So then that's going to bring us to that Foot Soldier 2-pack. And these guys here stand just shy of that 7 inches tall. They are taller, they are lankier, they got the long arms just like in the cartoon series. And these guys are unchanged. Yeah, there's nothing different about these. In fact, here, this is one of the older Foot Soldiers. This is one actually out of the one of my right hand over here is the one from the San Diego set, standing next to one of the new ones. You can see that they're like, the paint deco seems the same. The figures themselves seem exactly the same. So there's nothing new about these. What this is good for is if you A, didn't have the Foot Soldiers already, or B, want an army build, which is exactly the purpose of these being released. These guys also come with a slew of interchangeable hands there. You know, you've got the open hands, you've got gripping hands, and you've got fists, and it's easy just to pop the hands right out of socket, just like we saw with the turtles. There you go. Sometimes you got to give it a little bit of work to get it in there, and then you can just take the new one, just kind of push it, and it pops it right in place there. And that way they can hold on to the various accessories. So you can see we've got the Foot Soldier over here with the handheld blaster, but then they also come with the crazy big two-handed blaster with the weird little suction cup looking thing on the end. And we've got the other blaster rifle. Same accessories here, these two, as what we saw with Bebop and Rocksteady. So this is really great because now if you've already got 2 Foot Soldiers or even more than that, this is just a way to army build and really build up the foot. So there you go, my friends. There is a look at the 3 other NECA TMNT 2-packs that are hitting Target stores right now. These are absolutely worth picking up. Now again, this is totally going to be all based on your feelings towards which color versions of the turtles you like better, or if you just want to have all of these extra figures in your collection, especially the Foot Soldier Army Builder. That is fantastic, but all around, great figures, still as awesome as they were before. I do really like the new paint decos, and all of the added paperwork is just an extra bonus on top. So these are hitting Target store shelves right now, so happy hunting, my friends. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit that like button, leave me a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time.